So we've already created this view using a node base, and now what we're going to do is create this view based on a user. Now, because this is a user being displayed, it seems like it makes a little bit more sense to base the view off of a user. Though, just like before when we based our block off of the node that we were displaying rather than the node that was referring to it, it might add some complexity to our view in certain situations. So let's begin by going to Structure and Views and Add New View. We're going to call this About the Author User Based. Instead of showing content this time, we're going to show users. And sorted by doesn't matter because we're only going to be showing a single user. We'll uncheck Create Page like we did before. We'll check Create a Block. The block title we're going to want to be About the Author, so we're going to remove the user-based part of it. We're going to display as an unformatted list, and we're going to use fields. The items per page is going to be 1, just like before, and let's click Continue and Edit. So just like before when we created our views, what we need before anything is a contextual filter, something that tells us exactly when to display this content. Now again, we have the nodes 18 and 19 in order to test. That was the macaroni and the Are You a Geek blog entries. And we already have a field here to display, so we can do some tests before we add a bunch of fields to this view. So the first thing we need here is a contextual filter in order to tell this view exactly which content to display when it's on a particular blog entry page. But in order to get our contextual filter, we're going to first need a relationship. And let me go ahead and show you why. If we click Advanced and we go to add a contextual filter, before, what we added was the node ID for the node page. But if we search for that here, I'm going to type in NID, we get this feeds item, owner feed NID, which isn't what we want. So we're limited in our contextual filters here until we create a relationship back to the node that this user created. So if we exit out of this and we go to relationships and click add, what we really want is this relationship here, user content authored. Now there's a few other options here. It should be clear that this is the only one that really makes sense in this context, even though it's a bit ambiguous. Like, does it mean the single node that it's authored that we're viewing? Or does it mean all of the content that the user has created? We don't know, but this is our best choice at this point. Sometimes when it comes to working with these relationships and contextual filters, it's a little bit like magic. You drill down and you see what makes the most sense, and you go with that first, and oftentimes it works, even though you're not exactly sure that you took the right steps to make it work. So I'm going to click User, Content Authored, and click Apply All Displays. For identifier, I'm going to go ahead and type authored node, and we'll click Require this relationship. Again, this really won't change our results because there will always be an author for this type of node, but it never hurts to be explicit about what we want. I'm going to click Apply All Displays. Okay, so now we have our relationship.